Thank you so much, Paul. Yeah, we're all holding out hope for a little rain, but you want to make sure your home is ready before the first monsoon storm comes. Hopefully it comes eventually.
Right.
So Home Depot Debbie is here. You've got quite the spread this morning. We're talking preps and what we need to do.
So first we're going to talk about preparation, and then if any damage happens, how to deal with it afterwards. That'll be in the next segment. So the first thing you want to do is attend to your yard, right? You want to make sure all your trees and your bushes are trimmed properly and cut back. And if you have any trees that are, a little, they might lean or get damaged from a monsoon or high winds. There's tree staking kits that you can get. There's poles. You can use long pieces of wood. There's a lot of things you can do to secure your trees and bushes to make sure that they don't get damaged from high winds or the monsoon.
We see that a lot.
We do. We do, tree down, but if you secure it properly, there are some that have narrow trunks and are susceptible to that. So you want to make sure those in particular are secured. And then your umbrellas and your cushions, as you could see down here, you need to secure those. Now, we can have high winds at any time. It doesn't have to be a monsoon. So I like to think, if you know you're not going to be out in the yard for a little while, secure your cushions, secure your umbrellas, take them out of the backyard and put them in a, receptacle in the garage or what have you. And it also keeps them nice so they don't get sun damaged or heat damaged. So it's kind of a dual purpose. Then we have caulking. So to make sure that, if we have a lot of water and a lot of wind, dust and dirt and water can come in through your windows and doors. So having sealant, we have a garage door seal here. Make sure your garage door seal at the bottom of the garage is nice. Over time here in Arizona especially, they can get weathered and, let things in even if it's still there. So you want to make sure if you need to change it, change that. Weather sealant for your windows and doors is great. And then also, if you haven't caulked your windows in many years or a long time, making sure your windows are caulked and sealed properly are nice. And one little trick for that, if you're this is just an example as a display where your window meets the house, the drywall, or on the outside with your stucco, you're just going to use some caulking and go all the way along like so. And then Dawn or any kind of dish soap mixed with water gives you a nice smooth bead. So you just dip your finger in and then run it along, and it gives you a beautiful joint. So then you don't have to worry about having a mess. Comes off your fingers easily and also cleans up easily. So that's just a little trick for caulking. So make sure if you need to do that, this is the great time to do it.
Dawn and water.
Or dish soap of any kind. I like to use Dawn because it works great. Also, for your computers and anything in the house, if we have a power outage, things can be damaged inside your computers. You want to make sure you have a proper surge protector from the outlet, in between the outlet and your electronics. So the surge protector is going to protect it from getting, electrocuted or damaged. And then also, we don't want to be without a phone, and if you lose your charge while we're having a power outage, that could be problematic. So we have these wireless charging pads. Make sure that's all charged up.
And we got a few seconds left.
Yep, and then your emergency phone chargers and pocket juice just standing by. In the next segment, we'll talk about an emergency kit and what to do in case things happen and you need to fix them up.
Okay.
And I'll have all this information on my Home Depot Debbie Facebook and Instagram, or you can find me at the Arrowhead Ranch Home Depot.
Debbie always knows how to do things and how to fix things. We appreciate it. We'll see you in the 8 o'clock hour. Whitney, we'll send it over to you. Chatting with Tim. Thank you, Paul. We are back with Home Depot Debbie, finding ways to help prep our homes for monsoon storms. We hope they come soon. There's slim chances in the forecast, so we're crossing our fingers.
Yep.
Debbie's helping us get the preps going.
That's it. It could come anytime, right? And so we want to be prepared. And earlier we talked about, securing your trees and bushes and also your cushions and umbrellas and anything that could fly away and crack your windows or, anything like that. But if that does happen, plywood is the best thing for a very quick solution to cover up that until you get your window replaced. So plywood is a good thing to, you don't have to have it around, but it is good to have around, or you can always find it in our lumber department at Home Depot, of course. And sandbags, if you live, if you've got a hill behind you or any type of threat of flooding at your house, sandbags are a great thing to have around with sand, of course. And you can just have these in the garage, standing by, and then if there is in the forecast, you know, we're getting a lot of rain and there is a threat of flooding, you can fill up your sandbags and cover your front door or cover your back slider or anywhere that, you know, you feel that the water could come in. And having gloves around, this is a nice multi-pack. So after the storm, if you do have to clear debris and, you know, clean up stuff, you want to make sure you have gloves to do that. And tarps are a great thing to cover things up. If things are too big to move and store away, securing them or covering them with tarps are a good way to keep them nice and free from damage. And then also after a storm, you want to make sure you change your filters regularly in your air conditioner because you know, the dust comes through even though we don't want it to, and it will affect your air conditioner as well.
Yeah, I wouldn't think about that,
right.
But that makes sense.
It does happen. And then also portable power. Having this in your car all the time is a great thing to do, but having it at the house also, and there's many different levels. This is like one of the Mac Daddies, but there are smaller ones. This is a portable power unit. It can jump a car up to an 8-cylinder. It has plug-in areas, USB areas. It could jump a car. It can add air to your tires. It's really nice, and you want to just keep it charged all the time. You can just turn it on. You can see this one is fully charged, and then after you use it, you want to keep it charged again, and this gives you power all the time in case we lose power. And then also any type of battery operated device is really good. This is a battery operated fan from our Ryobi 1 collection. You just use your drill battery or whatever, and you put it into the back of the fan like this, and then you have fan, because if we lose power and you need air, you know, you can put a bowl of ice in front of this and get some nice cool air blowing on you. And keeping an emergency kit handy in the house, just get a little receptacle of whatever kind, a bucket, a bin, and then put some stuff in it. So what I recommend to keep in your emergency kit is flashlights of any kind. The headlamps are great also because you could put this on your head and not have to carry a flashlight if you have to do anything with your hands. Having some rope or bungee cords is really nice. Water, of course, an extra supply of water. These are great to have around at any time. You never know when we're going to have a storm. Rain ponchos or rain gear, a first aid kit or emergency kit. Batteries are really good. Lanterns, even some canned goods. If we can't cook anything, you know, there's a lot of canned goods.
You're the most prepared person, I swear.
Yeah, right? Just keep it all in a bin.
Keep it all in there.
And be ready.
Home Depot Debbie helping us, because Whitney, we're crossing our fingers that we get some good storms to bring down temperatures. We need the rain, so we're hoping that that's in our future now that we've got prepped, or at least Debbie is giving us ideas on how we can get
You know
prepped.
we can't escape it for the whole summer.
It's got to happen eventually.
It's going to happen.